Welcome into the Corona Cero post show. All natural ingredients, a lot like my esteemed panel here to break down a massive day of competition in the UAE, Surf Abu Dhabi Pro. It's been absolutely massive. You know, you get those moons, I guess, on Venus where a day actually takes 4 years. It's felt a little bit like that today, guys. It's been emotional.
It definitely been emotional. The only person who got close to us that is sitting on there, it's Mateus Herdy, because he got here at 7, and he's just about to leave in probably in the same buzz as us. So props, hats off to him for hanging out almost as long as we did today.
Is a weapon, isn't he? How did he even do that? Saw him surf, and I was like, wow, you're still going, you're still alive. He looked great, didn't he? Flick, your thoughts on a big day here?
Oh, wow. It's been an emotional roller coaster. I'll give it that much. I don't think I've ever watched that much surfboard riding in my whole entire life in one day, but it was explosive. And I will say that's my first time sort of calling that leaderboarder style format, and I really enjoyed it. It brings a lot of drama.
Yeah, drama, absolutely. Let's have a look back and see what exactly happened this evening under the lights. Check out some of the highlights that went down early on in this. We talk about pressure situations. And it was Deivid Silva who needed to get something going here, Jesse. And we know about all his weaponry. The backhand's great. And this was an incredible move. Absolutely huge in terms of the height of this.
I mean, I think the most critical air we have so far in this heat, and that's all because of where he approached it and how he approached it. You're going to see his nose going very up vertical in the air. Instead of kind of gaining ground lateral, he just went skyrocket up in the air, landed on the top, floated throughout, and that was just impressive from him.
For me, I mean, Vaughan, he was absolute standout, the only Aussie sort of to survive, really put on a show. He lent into, you know, definitely a strength of his surfing being those aerial maneuvers. We saw him do it on the Challenger Series and went for it on that last turn with that alley-oop and got it through in an advancing position.
I mean, this guy is almost the most clutch situation we had so far. Like, he was doing great, but he needed to finish it off strong. And indeed, he did right there. Look how inverted that turn is. Like, you could see the whole bottom of his board. I don't know how he landed that. That was impressive, and to just show how mature he is and how he loves being with his back against the wall.
And then last but not least, definitely Mateus here. For me, I mean, he's surfing so well in this pool. It's absolutely incredible. And to wait till this very last moment of today, he's been, like you said, Jesse, he was here at 7 a.m. He's not leaving until 10 p.m. And just to deal with that sort of pressure all day and then have that one run, put it all on the line, and then, you know, have to watch Leo after you. I mean, talk about nerves. It doesn't get any more nerve-wracking than that. Basically, your fate is in Leo's hands, and he put on a good show too. It was right there, right until the end. So, Mateus, hats off to you. Leo, really good performance there.
Yeah, but disappointing for Vaughan. He had to just grit his teeth, really, and say, well done there to Mateus Herdy. Absolutely clutch from him, and he loves the big stage, an absolute showman. His energy is absolutely mad. So that's sorted things out. Only 4 spots available from the elimination round to advance. Now we've got the intel time to lock your fantasy team. Get it locked in, make your picks. See where you can go here at stop number 2. Have your fun with that. Get some good banter going as well. I think what kind of surfing from what we've seen is going to be a good match for what's to come. So still 2 more days of competition. Still looking back on a lot of the stuff that went down today. In our mind, we've got expectation. We look at the personnel and who's coming in and what they can do. And then we see some of the challenges of the wave. And I guess one of the things, I guess, a takeaway today would be just the fact that there was quite a lot of variety between the waves themselves. And it looked like a few people were actually quite surprised by that, a little bit taken aback.
Yeah, and I think mostly in the very first heats of the day, you know, we had such a strong winds. You actually had a wave yourself in the morning, and you saw how tricky it is. Like, when you have that wind coming in mostly on the right, keeps breaking the wave too quick in front of you. It's very hard for people to find an open face, and they're always hitting the coping a little bit late. So they had to adapt, and that's just how the game rolls. They're the best at doing that. We have a sport that depends on environment, and so this time a little bit different, but the winds played a factor.
Should we get into some top 5 moments of the day?
Let's do it.
Let's do exactly that. Well, we talked about the way the seeds work and basically the fact that if you do have a high seed coming in here, you get to go last in your threesome in terms of your heat, so you know your requirement. Jackson Bunch just dropped this. Absolutely massive from him. It didn't look like he's feeling any pressure at all. and he applied it to his adversaries with this kind of surf, and this is incredible.
Honestly, I'm not surprised. I mean, we saw him warming up yesterday in the practice sessions, and he was throwing down big alley-oops like this. So to see him do it in, in the jersey, in that heat format, it was pretty incredible to watch, especially as a rookie, just sort of living up to that hype.
Kanoa Igarashi, a tough heat. This one had his good mate in it. We talked about those rivalries. Jesse, this would have felt good for Kanoa.
I mean, impressive from him right there. Like, I knew that heat was going to be back-to-back. Just amazing surfers, amazing friends, and usually that's when you get the best out of it. Just that regroup right there after that turn, transition into the barrel, and then finish it off with a nice snap and a reverse on the end. Just beautiful. Not a reverse, just a tail blow. It's been a long day. Sorry, guys.
And some heats just really leap out at you from the draw, don't they, Flick? We knew this was going to be good, and we knew Italo was going to absolutely bring it.
Yeah, Italo performs well in the wave pool. It's no secret there. He was definitely one of the top 5 picks coming into this event. Just surfs with that different sort of speed. He's got that electricity about him when he surfs, and also that spontaneity that you just kind of don't know what he's going to do next. It's almost like, sort of like a video game. But he had a tough draw. I mean, he came up against Joel Vaughan and Bronson as well. So wildcard and the rookie went down to Italo.
Griff Dog doesn't mess around. True to form here, Jesse.
I mean, a few guys are just in a different gear, and that's what you expect. You expect the guys like Italo, Griffin, Filipe, Ethan to just overcome everyone. And they're still not 100%. They're going 70 right there, and that's how good they look on 70%. And for me, Griffin, that all comes because of his bottom turning. Like, great bottom turning, very calm just off the face of the wave, and gives him just a lack of opportunities in front.
Which leaves our #1 moment. Talk about main character energy. Toledo, 2-time world champ, unbelievable in the wave pool, and he ripped it apart today, Flick.
Yeah, I mean, the champ is back. There's no doubt about it. For me, all eyes are on him. For me, he's the bar. He's set the bar. And expectations, and he lived up to them today. And you know what? This wave, he didn't even need to go above the lip, which says to me, speaks to your point, Jesse, it's only at about 70%, maybe less.
Maybe less. I wouldn't be surprised. I talk about Griffin, but this guy's probably on his 50.
Yep.
It's been an absolutely historic day for a number of reasons. Just looking forward to tomorrow when we'll see the women. What are we expecting to see go down, Jesse?
I mean, fireworks, hopefully, because we saw that, and we saw like a growth and momentum shift throughout the day. So that's what we expect probably for the women's on tomorrow.
Obviously, they would have been watching and tuning in today. What do you think some of the takeaways would have been? Do you reckon they would have learned more about how to surf this wave, or maybe just even posing a few more questions for some of them, Flick?
I think the more you watch this wave, the more you're going to learn. There's no doubt about it. And I think we spoke to a lot of the surfers. When you're not surfing the wave, you're visualizing it. And that's what Mateus was saying when he was in the booth here. And I think the best thing you can do is watch as many waves as possible. If he weren't here in person, I'm sure they were watching online. They're watching the recaps. They're going to know what's up. And I think we're going to see good surfing tomorrow.
Hell of a day at the Surf Abu Dhabi Pro. Let's do it all again tomorrow. We'll be back here 7 a.m. sharp. WorldSurfLeague.com. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.
What a historic moment in pro surfing history. The first heat ever here in the Middle East at the Surf Abu Dhabi Pro.
Jackson Bunch. Massive alley-oop rotation.
The wind is perfect.
Robinson is up and swinging here.
Ethan Ewing, one of the best styles in the game.
Jumping in that mosh pit. Got the keys, now we locked in. Working overtime, now we clocked in. Working overtime.
Griffin Colapinto looking great.
Put in work, too easy. Work, too easy, yeah, this work. Too easy. Work, too easy, yeah, this work. Too easy. Work, too easy, yeah, this work. Too easy, it's work, too easy, let's go. There ain't nothing getting in my way. Eating good, I got way too up on my plate, yeah. I could live this life like every single day.
Tava com o wake do jet ski na onda.
Shows I came to raise. Let's go. Jumping in that mosh pit. Got the keys, now we locked in. Working overtime, now we clocked in. Working overtime, working overtime.
see the legend of the tour, Jordy Smith. Gets really deep. One of the biggest guys on tour. Rio Waida, what a performance.
Cause this ice is freezing. I just copped a new boat. Damn, I'm getting seasick. I just bought the whole stone. Yeah, this worked too easy.
World champ Filipe Toledo pushing hard.
Got the keys, now we locked in. Working overtime.
Next to Kanoa here in the decision.
Working overtime. Working overtime. Put in work, too easy. This work, too easy. Let's go.
Going for something big, a giant alley-oop.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Look at the landing.
Vaughan, he's gonna go switch to change things up in the pit.
Here you go, Miggy. Forcing the reverse for a finish. Very well done, a clutch situation.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.